Bad dreams, huh? Well, it is real. Sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me, too. That's what I'm here for. To deliver unpleasant news and witty one-liners. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
Konnichiwa, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back from a very brief hiatus to Legacy of the Dragon, a Dragon Age story, where we are following the tale of Duran Ayduken. Yes, it is I, Shadowbane, and well, I'm glad to be back, to be honest. It's been a while since I could actually sit down and record and be in the mindset to record. It's kind of nice. So we're picking up exactly where we left off. We saw a little conversation there from the Dragon Dream, which I've expertly used as my introduction for these videos. I do sort of like that. That's probably why, I think that's why I picked it. And it's very nice. So we also have a quest. And that quest is, of course, enchantment. Because you can see over here, Sandal and Bodahan Fidric. We would talk to this person over here, but we're going to leave it for a moment. As you can see, we have our camp. We have Liliana. We have Alistair with funny hat. We have Sten without any actual armor on. We need to change that. And over there being antisocial is Mulligan.
Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Feddick at your service once again. I saw your camp and remember the kind offer that you made the last time we met. And is there anywhere safer for a poor merchant and his son to sleep? I think not. I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
Oh, very good. I'm glad he's here. You're free to stay. Just mind yourselves.
Wonderful. Thank the gentleman, won't you, boy?
Thank you, sir.
We won't be a bother to you and your companions, I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Yay, enchantment. I actually never really used enchantments in my first playthrough. It was never really the interesting thing, but I think I have some. It's been a while since I actually looked at my characters. We have... That's actually better. Let's equip that back on for now. I could probably give that one to Sten. Actually, where is Sten? Sten, look at him, he has nothing. We shall correct that. Heavy chainmail. You want yourself a great sword. Put on a studded helmet, some gloves, some leather boots. We'll give you some better armor later on, Sten, don't worry. I have no...
If there's anything I can do for you, please,
Yeah, Fennec,
please
be
tell
quiet. But I don't have any runes. Let's see if we actually sell
me. I'm
some.
sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Hey, discount. Now, there are a few options I have to pick later on, work towards, in terms of, do I want the story to play out the way I want it to? And that, of course, requires a little bit of character development on all my characters, and all the party members, because, of course, they have certain requirements. I'm probably looking to go to befriend Morgan the most, due to the actual requirements of the main storyline. So we're working from there. Sorry, Morgan, I'm selling your robes. As awesome as they are. Oh, I do actually have a rune. Sweet. I still haven't looked at a gift list yet, but I think I'll do that later on when it's actually required. Injury kits. Lots of injury kits. Thank you. Ooh, I've got 8 gold. Sweet. Does that mean I can actually buy the rest of the armor set? 2, 4, 6. That puts me to 6. Though I do kind of want to have the full set, to be honest with you. Because one of them can actually use it.
Hello.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
Yeah, bear with me while I get sketching. Enchantment.
Enchantment.
Enchantment. Let's actually improve Oathkeeper. Because Alistair has it, he will actually use it the most, obviously. So we are going to equip a lightning rune to it, which adds +2 electricity damage. Accept. Excellent. I'll chat with him again.
Anything I can do for you? Please, please, tell
Quiet.
me.
Persuade.
Well, if you're really interested, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I'm originally from Orzammar, just as you are, I suspect.
Yes.
You don't have the look of a surface dwarf about you. I was a merchant there, too. Merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind.
Very cool.
I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved them. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose.
Why did you leave?
One day, a noble woman came to my store. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that.
Should we tell him? Yeah, let's tell him.
And now you're up here, on the surface. Then you know whereof I speak, don't you? Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for me. The lost tigers. They're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure. Something worth a little gold.
Interesting. The one thing I should really point out here, this is all new to me. This is why I'm quiet. I've never been able to actually get him to talk about his story. So it's kind of interesting. And especially given it's a dwarf on dwarf talk, you know, and obviously me being noble caste and all that. It's interesting because I'm trying to think on how Duran would react to all this information. Because of course we know Duran, he's sort of very not like other normal. Dear. You know, it's all new to him. This, especially the serf, like dealing with life where he doesn't have servants and, you know, royal manners and stuff like that. In this case, I would say that he wouldn't react negatively towards the whole hunting for treasure in lost thags. And he knows that sort of the things he finds that he can find there are better being used than being left to decompose and stuff like that. So we're going to go for option 3. Better to do something with them than leave them to rot.
That's exactly how I see it. The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back.
And you're quite lucky to have done so well.
I thank the stone every single day. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you?
Interesting fact there, actually. You never once mentioned the boy.
Ah, yes. I'm married to a fine woman back in Denerim, it's true. She'd give me a son if she could, but that's not likely to ever be. Sandal here. I found him in the deep roads years ago. Abandoned, I think. And he was never quite right again. I took him in, and I brought him with me when I came here to the surface. He may not be my blood, true, but I think of him as one.
We left Orzammar.
That's right, boy. Maybe one day we'll see it again.
Maybe so. Blood isn't all that important.
That's how I've always felt. As long as he's happy, so am I. It's not as if I don't benefit, mind you. Turns out the boy's a natural working with enchantments. He might have even been lyrium-addled. I never thought of that before, to be honest. Happens sometimes. He can work an enchantment into just about anything, however, given some time. Could probably open his own shop, if he knew how.
Enchantment.
Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least.
But where do these goods come from? That's also an interesting question.
Look, we don't rob people, all right? We don't take things from people that need them. The things in the Lost Tigers, what good did they do lying there? I brought them back to Orzammar, where people could look at them and remember. It's not all that different up here. There are places long abandoned by the humans everywhere. Even more now with the Darkspawn coming.
What do you mean?
People flee from the Blight with good reason, but they forget things. Things with value and meaning. They leave them behind because they're frightened and desperate. And sometimes, my boy and I, we find our way to these places before the Horde descends, and we save these things. I take them away so the Darkspawn don't get them. Is that so bad? They destroy everything they touch.
I suppose, yeah, it is better than having the Darkspawn take it all.
That's what I tell myself, too. Ah, these are dark times indeed. Dark times, my friend.
Thank you very much, Frederick. That was a
Of
nice little
course.
conversation that
Fortune
took
to
up
you and
the...
yours.
Goodbye.
I took up a lot of the time, and he still actually has... Oh, it's because he's got a quest. Opportunity for a quest. There's Sten, Mulligan over there, and... I don't really want to go do that quest just yet, but I might talk to him anyway. This is Levy
You're a
Dryden.
hard man to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levy. Levy Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader?
Duran, Dukan.
He never told you of old Levy? We've known each other for years. But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled.
What promise did Duncan make to you?
My family... well, past a bit checkered, to see. Nobles look at us with disdain. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden Commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Arland banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
What happened next?
Hard to say. After King Arland died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one. And our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough, We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride.
So what favour did you ask of Duncan?
I asked for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. We want evidence to clear her name. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honour.
Yeah, and this opens up the Soldier's Peak DLC. Never really... I started it, I think, but I never really finished it. So, again, that's something that we will be doing. Probably between this set and the next set. I've never heard of Soldier's Peak.
Well, no one's been to Soldier's Peak since Ireland's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak, and I found the way a few years back.
Excellent.
So I went to Duncan, I did, and I said that he could reclaim the old base and my family could have its honour.
How will reclaiming the peak help the Wardens?
Soldier's Peak is strategic and symbolic importance. Duncan said that it would be worth it right there. He also hoped to recover lost Warden history and perhaps a few old relics. No one knows what's up there now.
Your family's faith will be rewarded. I will help you.
1,000 blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Levy. Again, this opens up that DLC, which gets some interesting stuff from. And he's still wanting my attention. It's the feast day gifts. Right. Not really bothered about that, so we're actually going to continue on. I'm actually trying to figure out whereabouts we want to go, though. That's the main thing. Let's go to the world map. Yep, let's pick our team, shall we? Let's see. Well, I'm wanting Alistair.
Yes.
Liliana because of the Rogue. I'm probably going to take Morgan for now.
Indeed.
Because, of course, Morgan's a key character to the game, so I kind of want to work from there. Right, we have a number of... Right, hang on. Just trying to figure things out. Seclusion's Pass. Soldier's Peak. Denham, we don't want to be going there yet. Ban Lawrence Lands. I don't think I've seen that one. Let me just check. Premium content. Soldier's Pass. Soldier's Peak. The King Cup. Right. Okay. Actually, I don't think I've done that one yet. But anyway. Map. Let's get our team again. Oh, right click.
Yes.
Indeed.
Right. I'm trying to think actually whereabouts we want to go. We can go to do some elves. Which is quite good. Actually, quite a good mission, actually. We can go to Redcliffe. We can go to the Mage's Tower, the Circle Tower, or we can go back to Orzammar. I am thinking perhaps actually the best thing for us to go for right now is the elves. Let's go to the elves, shall we?